Hello, class. This morning we're going to review some algebra. Algebra sounds like a really difficult subject. Sounds real complicated. Sounds sort of middle schoolish. But we've already talked about this in class a few times. So we're going to take a quick look at it today, and so that we can move on and use it in the future. Okay, I'm going to show you several questions, and we're going to go over these, and these will be examples for when you get on your assignment on iknowit.com today. Okay, today it says this. Evaluate the expression for k equals 6. That means when it says k equals 6, then you could just replace the k with 6 because that's what k is. So, do you remember what we did before? 42, right there. That bar means what? It means divide. So it's 42 divided by 6. Always read from top to bottom. The bar means divide. 42 divided by 6. How many sixes are in 42? Okay. And your answer would be, think about it for a second, it should be 7 because 7 times 6 is 42. And then you move on to another one. Now, I'll erase some of this. And this is interesting. Complete the table. Now, watch this carefully. This is 48 divided by z. And you're probably going, divided by z, what is that? Well, let's find out what z is. Here it is. Here's a list of coordinates for z. Okay, when z is 2, then it's 48 divided by 2, right? Because 2 is the denominator. Z will be 2. 48 divided by 2. Whenever you divide by 2, you cut a number in half. So that would be 24. Okay, now let's look at another one. How about if z is 3? It would be 48 divided by 3. And you can use your calculator for this. That's fine. I just want you to know what your how to approach this problem and how to solve it. 48 divided by z, or 48 divided by 3 now is what? Look it up. And you should have 16. And the same is true. 48 divided by 8, right here. And then 48 divided by 12. And all you have to do is plug in the values for these. And that would be 6, and this would be 4. Okay, and submit. And you'll have the next equation come up. And it says this. If r equals 9, you want to keep that in mind. R is equal to 9. What is 9r? Now, do you remember? There's no operation sign between the 9 and the r. Do you remember what that means? When you don't see an operation sign between the 9 and the r, it means multiply. So it means 9 times r. Well, how much is r? Well, we just found out that r is 9. So this would be 9 times 9. And you know that 9 times 9 is what? It's 81. Okay? Let's try another one. How about this? Evaluate the expression for r equals 5. R equals 5. Now I need to clean this up a little bit. Okay, r equals 5. If that's true, then basically this is 38 plus 5, which would be what? 43. All right. I see you're catching on. And you just move on to the next after you submit. And we have another table like we've been using this week. Now, keep this in mind. I'm letting you use a calculator today simply because I want you to learn how to use the table, not so much learn how to subtract. Okay? We should know how to subtract this easily, so that shouldn't be a problem. All right? If I is 1, then what is 60 minus I, or 60 minus 1? It would be, of course, it'd be 59. Ah, but what if I were 3? If I were 3, what would 60 minus I be, or 60 minus 3? Yeah, it would be 57. And you just continue to work from top to bottom. Make sure you fill in each column of this right-hand table, half of the table. All right. And 60 minus 6 would be 54. And when I is 9, then 60 minus 9 is 51. And submit. Good. That's all you do. Okay. It's telling you the value of G. It says right here, G is 8. So what is 62 plus G if G is 8? It would be 62 plus 8, which would be that. Now let's try a couple more just so we get good practice. Evaluate the expression 9, or excuse me, W equals 9. So what is 6W if W equals 9? It's 6 times 9, and 6 times 9 is 54. Good. Keep in mind, if there's no operation sign between a number and the variable, the letter, then you always multiply. Now, look at this. Complete the table. This looks a bit tricky. This is B, and this is 7B. Now, what I gather from this is this is 7 times what B is. We haven't seen a table like this, so you're going to have to really think about this. If 5 is B, what is 7B, or 7 times 5? 35. Right here. Let's do this one on the end. If B is 11, if B is 11, then what is 7B, or 7 times 11? 77. 7B, if B is 7, is 7 times 7. And 7B, when B is 9, is 7 times 9. Does that make sense? Okay. And let's just look at this last one. Okay, you should find this to be really easy. When n is 11, what is 5n? Sure, it has to be 55. It has to be 55. Okay. You know what? I think we're in good shape. I'm going to set your activity for quite a few problems, because these are things that activities that you can probably go through fairly quickly. Most of this is mental math. You just need to know what to do, what operation to use, and exactly how to approach it. But you will do well, I'm sure.